and welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and a happy 13th of December, everybody. So let's have a look what we have today. Oh, so we have a little bit of black, but then we do have some of the darker shades that are in this painting coming down. So let me just zoom in. I think that's sort of how far I can go without having the diamond painting hitting me, because we are working right at the top. So let's start with some black. As per usual, seems to be the pattern that I'm following on this diamond painting, is to start with the black and work from there. Now, quite often I would actually turn this diamond painting upside down when working on it. Actually, oh no, I might get away with doing this row. I'm not sure if I'm going to get away with doing this row all the way up to the top due to the way I've cut it, but I can see I've done the row down below. So let's see how far we get. If need be, I might just have to leave a couple off. So I hope you're all well today, enjoying your weekend. We had a bit of a busy day yesterday. Well, I say we, mainly my nephew had a bit of a busy day yesterday, putting skirting boards up in our conservatory. So it's sort of the last main job that needed doing. There's still some little ones, so I now need to get those painted at some point and get the walls touched up and things like that, just where they've got a bit worn when the flooring and the skirting went in, mainly the flooring, but we'll make it work. We'll get there. Not sure when, but we'll get there. So, thank you all so much for your questions. I have noticed there's been quite a few questions on the last few videos, which is absolute gold for me, because my list of questions had run out and I'm just waking up. I've actually copied and pasted them onto a document on my Mac, so that I can answer them and make sure that I've got the full question rather than just writing down the main basis of the question. So hopefully you'll be able to recognise yours a little bit easier. So one of the first questions that I sort of have in my next batch, I'm just going to move the Mac over near me so I can see. Do you have any family who live in the United States or Canada? I actually don't. It is the whole of my family that live in Australia now. Started off with my parents, followed by my sister, followed by my brother. Well, my sister and my brother-in-law, they married in the UK and then went to Australia. My brother went to Australia and then met his wife in Australia. And my nan is over in Australia as well. But no, all of my husband's family are in the UK and all of my family are in Australia. My parents did really like America, and America was one place that they originally thought that they would either emigrate or work in America for a period of time, but I can't remember what it was. I think they visited somewhere in Australia or something happened and it became Australia, and they love it, absolutely love it. So I get holidays there every now and then, bar 2020 of course, but yeah, they're very happy out there. So okay, next question is a diamond painting. How do you store your big finished diamond paintings? So there's a couple of ways, and it does sort of depend on the size. So I do have an A1, I want to say it's an A1 art folder. over an A2. I think it's an A1. I got a folder from Hobbycraft. I think I got sort of the next level up from the basic one, though the basic one would work. And any paintings normally that are the likes of 40 by 40 or bigger, because my binders, my document wallet type binders will fit 30 by 40, but they won't fit 40 by 40. So anything 40 by 40 up to, I think it may house, what size does it house? Is it 60 by 70, something like that? I can't quite remember the biggest one I have got in there. I do know I have a 50 by 50 in there, but I'm not sure if I've got a bigger one. I'm not sure if I've had one that would fit that's sort of the biggest size that it will take. I don't think I've ever had one, but I store those in that, and that is actually slid underneath my couch. It slides underneath the couch. I did have it propped up, and that's initially why I bought a slightly better quality one. I did have the cheapest one, but I found when it was stood upright, the diamond paintings could slide down. So I bought one that was a little bit more expensive, but rigid. But I did find while they didn't slide down as much, occasionally a diamond painting with the weight of the diamonds could slide and roll a little bit, and I didn't want that. So I just actually changed where I stored them, and they now go under the couch, and they don't get in the way at all. Sometimes I forget they're there. But I do try to pass on, gift, give away diamond paintings that I have completed that I know will not go up in my house for whatever reason. You know, partly due to decor, partly due to space. And I do try to gift those where I can, because at least then, you know, they get enjoyed for what they are, rather than just sitting under my couch. I enjoy the process. I definitely do not keep all that I do. And so I just like to pass it on when I can. There are many images that I love, and should I change the decor or anything happen where I would have space to put something, I think I would prefer to shop for an additional diamond painting for a certain space, and, you know, find a way of, and if need be, remake one that I'd already made, but with the idea of it going into a certain space. I think I'd be more than happy if I had given one away a few years later, maybe changing the decor or something happening, and having a space for it. I don't think the disappointment would be that great that I had passed it on. I would just use it as an excuse to make it again, if that was the image that would have been perfect. So quite often I try and pass them on, but otherwise they're under my couch until the time comes, probably where it gets too many under there, and I'm like, okay, I need to find a way to pass these on now and let somebody else enjoy them. Okay, so somebody asked, have you ever thought of copying the canvas letters and the symbols to put them through my Xyron sticker maker? So yes, I do know this is something that many people do, and I do think it is a great idea, and there's one main reason I don't. So what some people do is this colour list here, is they will photocopy that in colour and then use that through the likes of a sticker maker to create themselves their own labels. It is, in effect, I do think it is a very, very good solution for those that don't come with an inventory sheet. You get the symbols as they intended, which if you can't draw properly, which happens on some of the symbols I do, they transfer over. Also, at least it transfers over the sort of colour look for you, so that you can truly see the colour that is moved over, and that is ideal. However, my printer, while it has a scanner on it, the scanner is not a flatbed scanner. It is a feed scanner, which means I would have to be able to do it, I would probably have to cut the symbol list off the canvas to be able to feed it through an A4 scanner. And that's the reason I don't do it, because I don't want to cut the canvas apart just to be able to get those labels. I find it's easier to just copy them across, copy the symbols across. Some of them are bad, but not enough that I can't tell what they are. But I must admit, I do love when a company includes an inventory sheet. I do find that is the ideal for me. That's much nicer. I prefer to be able to see the colours when I'm looking for the symbols. You know, if you're looking for a blue, you can sort of narrow down what you're looking for before you're looking for the specific symbol. So I do much prefer it. However, it's not always the way the world works. And it's not enough for me to get a flatbed scanner and find somewhere to keep said flatbed scanner, because space is very limited, and especially surface space is very limited. And I think I would rather have something that looks attractive and pretty than a flatbed scanner. If I had a whole room for an office, that would probably be a different kettle of fish. But I don't have somewhere that I can think that it could go, because my little printer with a sort of feeder scanner is quite small, and it goes in a cupboard and only comes out to get plugged in when it's needed. I wouldn't even have a cupboard that I could potentially put in a bigger printer with a flatbed scanner. I could possibly get a flatbed scanner on its own, but again, even cupboard space can sometimes be limited, and it's not something I've found that I yet need / want enough to figure out that space. If it changes, I'll let you know. If all of a sudden I have somewhere that I can put a scanner and it becomes to the point where I really want one, then of course I'll find a space for it. But for now, writing out the symbols for those that don't come with an inventory sheet is possible. So therefore that's just what I do. And each their own. Photocopying it is a fantastic idea, and it's really good for those, especially those that prefer, you know, going a lot by colour. It is an ideal solution. So if you have that option available to you, I highly recommend it. I just don't. Not without a bit of rejigging in various areas of my home, which isn't practical at the moment. Now, somebody did actually mention that they saw somebody put the lid on this to then get all the diamonds to go down to the bottom and come out, which is an awesome idea, and I never thought of it. So I think I'll do that with ones where I have a lot of diamonds that are potentially in the tray and could potentially fall out. So good shout, thank you to whoever said that. Okay, so the next comment is on taped paintings. So these are ones that normally come with an opaque cover, and they're actually double-sided tape that is stuck onto the canvas for you to work with. So somebody has said taped paintings. I've heard people say to make sure that you don't lift the adhesive when removing the cover. If this happened, do you think you could peel the finished painting away from the back sheet? I don't really think it would be practical or even easy to pull the painting away from the back sheet. So sometimes on the double-sided tape ones, you can actually peel away the double-sided tape, and I have done it on some videos where I've done the double-sided tape. I have actually sliced around, you know, the overhang around the edges. I've actually sliced that and peeled it away so that it's not leaving that sticky residue to pick up bits of fluff. But even doing that, and I know it is a smaller piece and it hasn't got the weight of the diamonds, it is while it's a double-sided tape, it's a double-sided like tissue tape, which means it is extremely thin. And sometimes you can find that when you peel the top cover off, it brings a bit of the tape with it, and you have to sort of pop it back down and rub it just to make sure it's sticking before you peel the top cover up again. And that's what sometimes can cause air bubbles that you get, is where you're peeling back the cover and it's lifting up off the canvas. But I don't think that the tape is strong enough for you to think about peeling the whole diamond painting off, unfortunately. And in a way that could be nice, because you could then have, you know, a sticky sheet with all your diamonds on it, and you can place it on whatever background you want. You know, especially if it is one like this that's a mystery painting that you can actually see little bits of white through, because there's no colour behind the diamonds. But no, I don't think it, in the long run, I don't think that would be practical. I think it would take a very long time and be very slow, careful and tedious. I don't think I'd even attempt it. I don't think you'd be able to sort of get the beginning of the glue easy enough to start, and I think you could just end up with a big sticky ball of tape and diamonds. Okay, somebody asked who else diamond painting wise on YouTube do I watch? To be honest with you, I don't watch a lot of diamond painting YouTube videos. There are a few reasons for that. A lot of it is time, is finding the time to watch YouTube. There are a couple of people I like to follow. There's a couple of people that are sort of decorating their houses, and I like to watch them for something a little bit different. But I don't tend to get as much time as I'd like to watch diamond painting ones. There are a few I will watch occasionally, from mainly Rachel Ray, and I've watched Rambling Rose, I've watched Stitcherista. There are a couple of others as well. But the main reason I don't watch diamond painting ones personally is I don't want any of the YouTube side of things to become anything like a competition or copying, or I mean, I'm not saying that anybody that does watch other diamond paintings would do this, but I feel that if I was watching a lot of other diamond painters, it would make me question maybe the content that I'm putting up, or think, oh, I should be doing that, or I should be doing this. And I don't really want that to happen. I prefer to, you know, put up the content that you guys ask for, that you guys enjoy, and not be influenced in that way by what other people are putting up. And it's not a big thing, as I say. I do occasionally watch videos that spark my interest, and I do like to watch some other diamond painters, and occasionally I will, you know, browse just diamond painting in general, because it is a hobby that I really enjoy. A lot of the time I just don't have time to keep up with everything, and I find everybody has their different opinions on diamond painting, which is perfect. But I don't necessarily want to be influenced by that. I try to stay out of any potential drama, which occasionally, you know, there can be. Occasionally there are things that sort of rock the diamond painting world, but I don't particularly want to be dragged into that necessarily. I enjoy diamond painting. I enjoy sharing with you all, you know, preparations and breakdowns and other little things that I've come up with to do. The likes of the Alice painting and what size, things like that I enjoy doing. I have a couple more projects that are sort of planned for the following year that I'm hoping to be able to find the time to implement and to do. But I wouldn't want to go finding out that somebody else has done it and then think, oh, no, it's not worth it. Because everybody's opinion, even on the same topic, is worth it. And I don't want to be disappointed by an idea that I feel I've come up with if I find that somebody else has already done it. Yeah, it's nothing at all against the people that do diamond painting videos. I think that, you know, the more we have, the more people have choice as to what style suits them and what sort of videos that they like. A lot of it is just down to time. I don't want it to become a thing where I, you know, have to keep up to date to know what's going on so that my channel can be up to date, because I don't think diamond painting is particularly that way. There are tips and tricks, you know, that you can get from other people, and sometimes they filter through in the comments to me and I appreciate them. But yeah, a lot of it is just down to time. I feel if I started to make sure that, you know, what everybody else was putting out on YouTube was vitally important to my YouTube, I would never get anything done. And quite often I spend far too much time diamond painting as it is. Far too much time diamond painting and far too much time making videos. So there are definitely more. There is a lovely lady who loves wolves as diamond paintings. I think it's Wolfpack. I like to watch some of her videos just because she makes me chuckle. And just the excitement in her voice can be fun. But again, that tends to be some of the unboxings that she does. And it's just because I am interested in all the types of diamond paintings that are out there and the options that people have. And I make sure that when I'm watching other YouTubers diamond painting, I am watching them for fun. Because after all, it is my hobby too. I hope that didn't end up being too much. It's not something that I try to make an issue of, because it's not an issue. But yeah, I don't watch too many others. Anyway, that is the last one put in there, so I will, of course, keep answering your questions on the next one, but let's zoom back out. I've done it again. I should try and remember. But look, we have the top of the painting up here now. So I think we've definitely got some sort of bat, maybe two. I'm not sure. Where are we tomorrow? 40. Oh, we're up here tomorrow, so we get sort of a full square, so we can sort of see what that top corner may look like. And hopefully, yeah, we'll start to see. 24 is in the middle. I try and put 24 in the middle just to hide a little bit of what the image is until the end. But yeah, thank you for staying with me while I rambled, and I will speak to you all tomorrow.